Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome. Little bonus extra live stream starting earlier on a Wednesday and not starting with Dogecoin. We're starting with Jasmy. That's right, Jasmy. I don't see others live on YouTube talking about Jasmy, showing the live trading charts and talking about what's going on with the trading, what's behind it, and how Dogecoin could do the same thing, because Dogecoin has done this before. So we're going to be talking about Jasmy, and I know some of you may just want to be just Dogecoin, but there's some of you who may be joining me for the first time live, seeing me because you like Jasmy too, or you only like Jasmy. So we're going to be covering a lot of Jasmy today because Doge is not doing a lot at the moment. But like I said, there's a lot of similarities between what I see with the present trading of Jasmy and what happened with Dogecoin back in 2021. That's right, early 2021, we saw this kind of trading with Doge. And Jasmy's doing this, so I thought it'd be fun just to start early. I know some of you think, it's not 5 o'clock yet, Chris. What are you starting so early for? But when you see trading like this, you got to cover it. You got to talk about it. And it's exciting in crypto, particularly when just about everything else is red. I mean, I look through all of my favorites. SIA coin is up. So SIA is one that is now also in the top 100. Both SIA and Jasmy have moved up into the top 100 today. That's right, today. They're both in the top 100 now because they're the two that are moving up, along with BNB. BNB going up. I don't know why that is, but everything else in the red. Dogecoin, again, this is a 4-hour chart. Dogecoin had come up over 9 cents on Monday. And here we are on Wednesday down here. But you see this green little circle right there. If I zoom in on it, let's go to the 1 hour. You'll see that green circle. That means I bought some more. Yes, I did buy some more Dogecoin on the dip. So told you guys, right? You guys are, you never buy any more Dogecoin. All your Dogecoin you bought was for so long ago. And it's just like, I'm buying on this dip because I believe in Doge. And so I bought more, right about this price. It came down a little bit lower here early this afternoon, but I bought it on this big red candle dip, up a little green, and then the red, and that's where I bought. Along with SUI and Injective. Those were two others I wanted to get into, but I did buy more Doge as well. Wanted you to know that. But for now, we want to talk about Jasmy. Talk about Jasmy. Because 1.5 cents. This is so awesome because here we were down here just on Saturday at 0.0059. That's right. So it was still half a penny, almost 0.006. And now it's 1.5 pennies. So that right there, my friends, from Saturday to today is 200%, right? It's almost 200% up to its top here that it hit 1.7 or 0.0174, retraced down, and now is going back. It's still moving up, still moving up. And when we look at the crypto bubbles for the day, top 100 coins, what is in green? What's in green? Jasmy, SIA, BNB, and there's a couple little greens. Here's Fetch, a little bit of a green here. And then these guys, that's a stable coin. Manta up a little bit, and then Render right there. So that's it. That's it. So I'm going to get down here in the corner. And that's a great question. That's a great question, Joshua. Taking profits. That's the question. So I've thought about this, and I've thought about this a number of times, mostly because I've taken profits before, and I'm only going to take profits now if I have held a coin for at least a year. I am not going to pay short-term capital gains on profits when, unless I know there's going to be a huge dip, because you've got to think about the difference between, this is in the United States now, the difference between a short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains, because you have to pay it on both the federal and the state. And you put those two together, and the additional tax you pay on those gains between short-term and long-term, that short-term capital gains can be like 15 to 20% more tax than the long-term. So for me, yeah, Derek is saying what, 33 to 15, right? Yeah, Derek. It depends on what state you're in and what tax bracket you're in. But generally, yeah, that's probably pretty good, Derek. It is like 15 to 20% more tax you're going to pay on a short-term capital gains. So with a move like this in Jasmy, where when you do a 3x and you're making a lot of money, but you haven't held it for a year yet, I'm not going to be taking that profits anymore. I'm not taking that profit because I don't want to get hit with that extra 15 to 20% tax. I bought my Jasmy in June of 2023 at 0.0038, I think right around there. And so I'm up like 4x now with this big move, but I'm not going to take the tax, or I'm not going to take the profits now, not even with any of it. I'm going to ride it. With this now, with the momentum that Jasmy has here, it's not acting like a meme coin where it's just going to immediately just come back down. That's not how Jasmy's trading right now. And with the second leg up here, and what this movement means to me is this could just be the beginning of a longer term move up for Jasmy, because it's been a long time. And we'll look at the bigger picture of the charts and all that. How this relates to Doge. Well, Dogecoin right now, 833. Dogecoin has moved down with Bitcoin. Bitcoin had this move down. Bitcoin hit 53K on Tuesday and is now down just over 51. It came all the way down to 50,600 earlier today. That's a pretty decent dip from the top all the way down to the bottom of the wick. 4.5%, decent size, not a huge, it's not a 20% drop like we have seen Bitcoin do before in previous bull runs. We've seen that. 4.5%, that's not that much. What was Doge's drop from top to bottom? A little bit more than that, 10%. So double, essentially double. And that's what I was talking about earlier today in my video about meme coins, which good video, you gotta watch it, because I covered meme coins. I talk a little about Jasmy as well, but more on meme coins and how meme coins, when you're in a pullback, the meme coins are typically going to drop at a higher percentage than the large caps. And we just saw it right there. Bitcoin 4.5%. I think ETH might have been down 5% in that same time, but Doge went down 10%. So that's why I bought more Dogecoin, because of that 10% drop. I was like, okay, I'm going to buy on the dip, and I bought on the dip. I'm doing what I say, guys. I'm doing what I say, buying more on the dip. Now, I also had two other projects I wanted to get into, which I was telling you guys about. One was Sui. And so I bought Sui down here, because I think even though Sui's already gone on a huge run, we go to the daily and we see like this big run that Sui already had from December last year up to now. But I wanted to be exposed to this for the bull run, continuation of the bull market, because if they've got a good blockchain, they've got a good project, and I wanted to be part of that. So I'm buying on that dip. Now, for me, that dip from its all-time high here, that's down 17%. So I'm buying on this dip at 17%. And then the other that I wanted to get exposure to was Injective. I talked about this one as well. And so Injective also went on a big run last year, huge run, like a 3x last year, but I had not been exposed to it. And so I bought some Injective. And there's my green circle right there. Didn't quite get it at the bottom. When I bought it this morning, Injective dropped down a little bit further, but not that much. So when in dips, grab the chips. Yeah, Derek. Yep. So that's what I did today. I bought more crypto on the dips. Now, I had sold Arbitrum, and I told you guys I was going to be selling Arbitrum, and I had actually sold it. Well, I had it on my list over the weekend, and that's when I sold it. And Arbitrum is down a lot since I sold it. So it was almost like selling up here and buying down there, but getting out of one project and into another. So here's the Arbitrum chart. And so I sold Arbitrum at 194 right there. After that big red downfall, I sold. Wish I would have sold up there on Friday, but no, or Thursday, but no, that's when I saw that Arbitrum is going to be having this huge token unlock next month. They're almost going to be doubling the number of tokens. And it's like, I'm not going to be around for that. And maybe I'll think about getting back into Arbitrum after that big token unlock, which is around March 20th or so. So that's Arbitrum. So if you guys are holding Arbitrum, look for that. Be careful about that. I decided to get out of Arbitrum for now and buy more Doge, get into Sui, get into Injective on this dip. And then next month, late in the month, we'll see what happens with Arbitrum's price, and I may enter back in. For me, that was worth taking the short-term capital gains on the profit. I doubled my investment because I got into Arbitrum at about $1 and I sold it at $1.94. So almost doubled that. That good profit, but I'm going to be paying a short-term capital gains on that because the token unlock is sooner than my 1 year of holding Arbitrum. But I thought that was worth it because I think Arbitrum is going to be going down a lot. A lot of people are talking about AVAX too. Why does AVAX keep going down? And AVAX has token unlocks, but nothing the size of Arbitrum. But for now, we want to talk about Doge. But more today, we're going to be talking about Jasmy because this chart is just, or this graph is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is the 4 hour and it's still over 1.5 cents. And yeah, Flow Finder asking the same question. I am not selling, I'm holding. So we go back up to Derek's great little comment here. This is the amount of tax you pay in capital gains in the United States, roughly between your state tax and your federal tax. 33% if you hold a crypto for less than a year versus 15%, which is your long-term capital gains if you hold after a year. I bought my Jasmy in June of 2023 at 0.0038 because I thought that Jasmy, and we talked about it later in the summer, that Jasmy could go on a run like Doge. And getting in Jasmy in June of 2023, to me, was the same thing as buying Dogecoin in the summer of 2020, when you could get Dogecoin for 0.003. Yes, you could have bought Dogecoin in June of 2023 or June of 2020 at 0.003. So I bought 3 million Jasmy. I have now almost 3 million Dogecoin, but the Dogecoin that I have is a much higher price now because I started buying Dogecoin at 2 cents, and then I've been buying since. And the Dogecoin I bought today at 0.83 is my highest price of Dogecoin that I bought, is 0.083 that I bought today. So I was averaging up, but it was a good time for a dip. So yeah, we'll get into some news on Doge in a little bit. Mr. Rogan reacts. Jay, Jasmy, Doge, and Sheeb from Maui. Aloha to you. Eric says, I entered on this dip holding back for 0.078, but it may not happen. Yep. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing Doge drop below 8 cents. If it does, it's going to get eaten up at 7.99 or 7.95. I don't think we're going to see 7.8. Again, this is looking at the Doge chart of where we saw the last dips below 8 cents. Was here on 8th of February, here again on 12th of February. And then we had one last wick right there on the 13th of February. And none of them went below 7.95. That's right there. And that could be it for Doge. We may not see sub 8 cent Doge ever again. Because Bitcoin may not drop below 50K again because of all of this buying pressure for these spot ETFs. We're seeing a lot of profit taking going on right now. A lot of this is miner capitulation. Miners are preparing for the halving. The Bitcoin halving is going to come mid-April sometime. The exact date isn't determined yet because it's based on the number of blocks. So we'll see mid-April time. And then post-halving, there's probably usually a little lull, but leading up to the Bitcoin halving in the past 3 cycles have all been green candles coming up to the halving. So there's no reason to think that this is going to be different for Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm very bullish. This is a 4.5% pullback, guys. This is nothing. You zoom out on the bigger scale and you look at what this is for Bitcoin, and it's nothing. It's nothing for Bitcoin. And for Doge, a little bit more, just because we had a nice run up to 9 cents. So this is a 10% pullback. But overall, yeah, not that bad. Yeah, Joshua, I agree. Again, you've got someone like Meet Kevin who doesn't understand Dogecoin. Why he is talking to, I don't know who Peter Onge is, but talking about Doge. And it's like, yes, there are a lot of Dogecoin that come into circulation every minute. That is true. We know that. That is priced in. It's priced in with Dogecoin. So those who are saying, oh, Dogecoin has infinite supply, Dogecoin has bad fun, it's priced in, guys. And that's what makes Dogecoin Dogecoin, is the mining and the rewards given to the miners for a proof of work cryptocurrency. That any of us can be mining Dogecoin and getting Dogecoin, as opposed to Bitcoin, which is almost impossible to get Bitcoin rewards because the big miners, Riot, Marathon, the big pools, mining pools, they're the ones who are getting the Bitcoin rewards, not us guys, not us retail guys. but you can do it in Dogecoin. Yeah, Mars, I'm going to be on for a while. I'm going to be on for a couple hours at least. So you can listen to me in the car. Okay. You can listen to me in the car. I'll be on for a while. So we'll cover a lot of this again, what's going on. But right now, looking at the Jasmy chart, it's like Jasmy to the moon. Look at the huge volume of Jasmy. Yeah, that is good. So Derek says, you're 30 years old, plan on working until 65. I wish when I was 30, I knew what you knew and was in a position you're in. I only wish. I made a lot of my money on real estate is what I did. I bought my first condo, I think, right around 30. I think it was right around 30 or 31. I'd been renting until then, but I was able to save up for a down payment. I bought a condo in Boston, and I ended up flipping it a few years later and doubled the price because there was a big boom in real estate. And I was like, I'm going to take the profit on this and I'm going to put it into something else and do some work on it. And I did. I bought a place that needed some work, put some effort into that, and then doubled the price of that real estate. That is how I got in a good financial position, was through that. There was no crypto back then when I was in my 30s. There was none. So, yeah, not a good time to buy right now for a condo. That is true. Unless you can get something that is on a foreclosure. If you know how to look at foreclosure lists, now might be a good time to look at foreclosures. And that's how I bought my first condo, was actually a foreclosure. We were on the street, we were bidding, and it was me against the bank in the end. And I had watched other bids happen for foreclosures. And I bid like $5,000 over the bank's number. Just immediately, other bidders, they wouldn't bid the bank's number, and I got the condo. That ended up being a good deal. It was risky. I had to do a little work on the money side, on the paperwork side, because it was a bankruptcy thing. But that's how I started. And that got me into a financial position where I had enough then of equity that I could then move up from there in the years after that. So, yeah, I know, Denise. I had to come on. Too much excitement going on. And nobody's talking about Jasmy. And I was like, there's got to be some Jasmy lovers out there somewhere in YouTube world and want to see the Jasmy chart live. So we got the Jasmy chart live, seeing, again, just a small retracement. Let's go to the 15-minute chart and we'll see. Once it came up here, and Jasmy hit 173, almost 174 right there. That is, I'll circle that little guy right there. Get that white there. That is the local top. And once it started retracing down, I was like, well, let's see how low it goes. It only went down to 135 and then turned around. And now it's starting to move back up. So to me, that kind of trading looks to me like we're not going to see this immediate drop back down in the price of Jasmy. There's enough support here that this could continue. Now we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin keeps dropping, now 50,888. If Bitcoin drops below 50K, then it's going to be more of a challenge, I think, for Jasmy to stay up, because the whole crypto market, like Bitcoin, is like pulling some of this down, which is going to, again, keep Doge from getting back up to 8.5 cents. So that's that's the challenge we have is with Biddy. Biddy's got to get back up. If Bitcoin can turn around and start moving back up, get these retail buyers now buying Bitcoin, because the BlackRocks and Fidelities are done buying for the day probably. Stop selling. Stop selling. Stop selling. So we'll see what Jasmy does there. I was Richie in Happy Days. Oh, no. I'm not that old. Isaac says, I got 25,000 in crypto. Let's see it go to 200K plus. So 10X will do it to you. Depends on what's going to 10X and what you got on your crypto bags. Jasmy, now $0.015. Let's go back to the weekly on Jasmy just for a minute. For any of you wondering about Jasmy, because I'm going to talk about it. We'll get to Dogecoin. We'll cover more Dogecoin. But there's some of you who may be listening in who haven't seen me before, and you're tuning in because I've got Jasmy in the title. This chart is Binance. Jasmy entered Binance in November of 2021 and had this wicked spike up here to 35 cents and back down. And then it was a big sell-off. That was because there were so many tokens given out and people were selling their tokens. So that's how Jasmy started. But in March of 2022, Jasmy went on a run, and it went from it came almost down to a penny, and then it went up to 4 cents. So it did a 4X in like a week. Crazy buying. And then it was profit taking, and Jasmy went back down. And Jasmy has been below a penny pretty much since June of 2022. So I bought in June of 2023 at point right in here. I'll just make a big circle. That's where I bought the Jasmy I have. And that was at 0.0038. Because again, at that time, I was like, this smells to me like Dogecoin of 2020. And you could have bought Dogecoin in 2020 at 0.003. A third of a penny. You could have bought Dogecoin there in 2020. So in 2023, I bought Jasmy, and I bought 3 million Jasmy tokens. Cost me about a little over $10,000. But I was like, I'm going to buy the Jasmy there. And then when Jasmy dipped again later, while we were buying into the Kriss DCA portfolio, I bought some Jasmy for that too. And here it is. Jasmy has now moved up to second place. It passed Bitcoin today because we bought Jasmy here at 0.00366. We're up 324% on the Jasmy that we bought. Now, we only bought 125,000 Jasmy, which at that time, maybe it was like $500. It's like $500 of Jasmy for 125,000. So we're up 1,500 on that. So it's 325%. So not quite a 4X. But yeah, that's what we did. So we've got Jasmy in the Kriss DCA portfolio. For those that are members of the channel, you're going to be getting a payout in Dogecoin when we sell this thing. And Jasmy just has blasted up to second place here in our holdings. Now almost 12% of the overall allocation in this portfolio that I will be selling at the top of the bull market, hopefully, right at the top. And the Dogecoin rewards I'm giving out to you guys. Oh, and by the way, I added a new emoji because we have more members now. Cool Doge. Yes, folks, we now have Cool Doge in the chat. Is the new Kriss Packs emoji for you channel members that you could use in the chat. Some Cool Doge. So there you go. If you want to know more about the Kriss Packs DCA portfolio and what it's about, leave a question in the chat. I'll be glad to talk about it and what's happening with this portfolio that we bought last summer at the bottom of the bear market for altcoins. And so far, we're up to now 64%. And it's just getting started because Doge hasn't really moved yet. Our average price of Dogecoin is 6.1 cents here. Doge is now just 8.3, and Doge is our biggest chunk, now down to 38% because of Jasmy and Render and others that have done more. But yeah. Flying Tiger wants the Cool Doge emoji. I thought that Cool Doge emoji would get some people excited. I thought it would. I thought, yeah, that'll be a good one. Will be Cool Doge. That's a good one. But also, you're going to be getting Dogecoin from me. You're going to be getting Dogecoin. So. Denise says, I bought a small bit of Jasmy in January, didn't have to wait as long as you for the gain, hold. So as a newbie trying to figure out when to sell, trying to hold for a year if possible. And that's it, Denise. And that's what we're talking about is these capital gain taxes and what the difference is if you're a short-term versus long-term capital gains. And I'm a trader. I like to buy and sell, but I'm trying to hold these things for at least a year now because I've seen what they've done to my taxes. All the stuff that I bought and sold for last year, and I'm looking at the capital gains tax on them, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's a lot. That's a lot. Or if I just would have held longer. And then if you start playing like the swing trading game, oh, I'm gonna sell at 8.9 and then I'll buy back in at 8.3. That difference isn't enough to make up the difference between a long-term and a short-term capital gains. That's not enough. You lose on that deal if you haven't held that Dogecoin for a year. Unless you're going to just keep swing trading, right? And you're going to do it again and again and again and again and again. But then that's a chance you got to take that you don't know. You may miss out. All of a sudden, you may be in the middle of a swing trade. Like maybe you sold your Dogecoin up here and you're saying, well, I'm going to buy in when it hits 8 cents. Right? Let's go to the 4-hour chart, right? It's like, I'm going to buy when it gets back down here because I think Doge is going to drop back to 8 cents, right? So you're waiting for that to happen. But do you know what can happen while you're waiting? This can happen. Doge can just take off. And you're missing out because you sold your Dogecoin trying to play a game of a swing trade and you miss out. John just bought 5 million Jasmy. You're ahead of me. I've got 3 million. But 3 million Dogecoin or with 3 million Jasmy, if Jasmy gets up to 8.3 cents, where Dogecoin is now, then I will have the same amount of Jasmy cap-wise as Dogecoin. If Jasmy goes on a run, now, we don't, again, going back to the weekly on Jasmy and where Jasmy traded way back when, again, this is when it launched and there were all these airdrop tokens and it was at 16 cents. So it's double where Dogecoin is now. up at 16. And we're not even talk about this crazy candle all up there. I hope maybe people were buying up here at 30 cents. I don't know. But that's just crazy. But Jasmy does have the potential. And we'll get into some of the news articles in a little bit. Yeah, DZ, the Jasmy all-time high. Again, I think it's going to be different on different exchanges. Let's go to Coin Market Cap. And now Jasmy, just so you guys know, Jasmy's in the top 100 in Coin Market Cap. It has moved up. It's now up to 94 all of a sudden. It just keeps moving up. And in fact, well, I'll just click on it there. It might even be higher now. 96. And I don't know why this went into white mode. Get this back. So here's Jasmy. All time. Coin Market Cap is showing $3.40. See, this was crazy when it came out. It was crazy. It started at $1.30, and there were all these tokens that were airdropped. And then people were selling, and that selling just continued until April. So there was like a month of selling, but then it went back up to like $2 right here. Again, this is according to, let me zoom in on that. This is according to Coin Market Cap, and this is what they saw. So you could say Jasmy's been up at $4, $4.29 looks like the all-time high. But there weren't that many tokens in circulation yet. There was huge airdrops, and the founders dumped the majority. Yes, low roller. That's what happened. Is like founders were like, this was free money to them. It was free money. But Jasmy went on a second run here just by itself in April 2021. And it went from $1 up to $2. It doubled in price. Jasmy is considered to be the Bitcoin of Japan. Now, it's an ERC20 token, right? It doesn't have its own blockchain. It uses Ethereum's blockchain. But there is a Jasmy Corporation. And the Jasmy Corporation, the one that like made the Jasmy token, right? And a lot of the devs sold a lot of their Jasmy tokens. They've continued to work on this whole Jasmy ecosystem within Japan, but Japan has not been very crypto friendly over the years. And as I said in my video earlier today, it's now becoming, the regulations are changing to support crypto in Japan. So this is what we see now in the chart. For the past month, up 210%. For the past week, up 149%. But yeah, $4.99 all-time high. Could be, but that, again, that was just crazy market hype when the token, like ICP, you can compare it to that. ICP came out last year with just this crazy valuation, and people were buying ICP tokens when it came out and regret it because ICP price crashed as well. Same kind of thing. But here we are 2 years later, and Jasmy's moving. Why is the Jasmy coin price surging? Part of it is hype, but part of it is also this whole Japanese ecosystem for crypto could be supporting this coin. So me in the United States, I don't know what's going on in Japan, but I see an investment opportunity and I'm like, I'm going to be part of that. So Jeanette says when Jasmy was close to $5, only 10% was in circulation, and they diluted it and it went down. And yeah, now we're at 98% in this, and you see that here on CoinMarketCap. We're at 98.6% of the total supply is in circulation of the 50 billion Jasmy. So can Jasmy go to $1? Well, there's 50 billion and total tokens. And if it went to $1, 50 billion would put it right above Solana. So $1 for Jasmy, just like $1 for Dogecoin, is not out of the question. In a crazy bull run, you don't know. $40 billion. I mean, that's what Sheeb did. Sheeb's now back at 17, but Sheeb was up at $40 billion in the October, November of 2021. Sheeb had a market cap of $40 billion. So if Jasmy does the same thing in this bull run that Sheeb did last bull run, Jasmy could hit $1. If that hits, it's like big time. And who was it that bought 5 billion or 5 million Jasmy up here? I don't see it. It's up too far in the chat now. Oh, there, John, right? At $1, John becomes a 5 millionaire, right? On Jasmy. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But yeah. Isaac just bought 1,000. Again, we don't know. Is Jasmy going to pull back here at 1.5 cents, or is it going to continue to move up? Again, right now, volume is still up in trading, but heavy volume of trading. No, Bitcoin is holding here at 51K. Bitcoin's holding 51K. Let me put a line here. And we can look at Bitcoin at 51K. Right there in red. So that's our line to hold for Bitcoin. 51K. If Bitcoin can stay and trade up here between 51 and 52 and not drop anymore, then I don't see Jasmy taking a big dump right now. I don't think we're going to see huge selling of Jasmy. Now, what we have seen is leverage trading, and I mean, 109 just in the last hour. $200,000 of shorters have been liquidated, shorting Jasmy. Because, of course, the traders, right, are going to pounce on Jasmy, thinking Jasmy's hit its high, I'm going to short it down. And guess what's happening? They're getting liquidated because Jasmy is not continuing down, it's continuing up. So, I mean, we could look at a short-term trend line here and just say, look, Jasmy's following this, right? And if Jasmy, let me put that in orange here when I do those trend lines. If Jasmy can keep following that upward trend line on this shorter time scale, more shorters are going to get squeezed out. Squeezed out. So if you want to play that game and try and short or even leverage long, that is so risky. Where I think at this point where we are, the real bull market in crypto hasn't happened yet for altcoins. Bitcoin has been on a big run, yes, Bitcoin was at 15.6 or whatever back in November of 2022, and now it's at 50K. Big run. Most altcoins have not gone on that kind of run. And you can hear other YouTubers talking about Bitcoin moves, and then you typically have like ETH doing a move, and then you have altcoins doing a move. And we haven't even gotten to that big altcoin. Now, some of them have. Some of them had great years last year. A lot of the new ones. We talked about Injective, and we talked about Sui, and others as well have already done a 2x or 3x in 2023. But what's going to be the story of 2024? What's going to be the story? Jasmy to 25 cents is possible. So 1 million coins, 1 million. So Jasmy at, well, he bought 5. Yeah, so he bought 5 million tokens. So yes, he would only need 20 cent Jasmy to be a millionaire in Jasmy. That's what he would need. I would need Jasmy to go to 33 cents because I've got 3 million Jasmy tokens. That's what I would need. Could Jasmy be the next Bonk? It could be. You know, Bonk, when Bonk came out back in November of 2022, it went on a little run. And then it was quiet for a whole year, just about, until the whole Solana phone thing happened. And then Bonk went crazy on the Bonk. We can look at that. So we've looked at this before. Bonk. So here's the Bonk chart. We go to the weekly, and we look all the way back. Well, this one starts in 2023. Let me get another one that actually goes further back, not Binance. How about MEXC? MEXC probably goes back. Yeah, again, it's just showing like one big week. Bonk actually started a little sooner than that, I thought. But anyway, we can use this one. Here it is right above my head. See that green candle right there, right above my head? That was end of December into January, end of December 2022. And Bonk went up to 0.0000487 and then had a big sell-off. And then the whole summer of 2023, Bonk did nothing. In fact, it kind of drifted down a bit. And then come October, Bonk went crazy. Jasmy could do this. Yes. So Jasmy could be this year's Bonk. Yes. And it could be starting to happen now, or we could see it level off for a bit and then go crazy in the fall. Well, we don't know how these things trade, but that Bonk trading is pretty crazy. And I don't think Bonk is done yet, because Solana is going to come out with their next gen phone, and they could do more Bonk airdrops. And they're talking about using Bonk for other incentives on Solana. So, yeah. So that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Look at Doge. Hey, dancing Doge. Yeah, Doge is moving up right now. As Bitcoin also moving up. Again, we were going to watch this, right at 51K. Is Bitcoin going to, is retail buyers going to be buying the dip on Bitcoin? That's what we're seeing right now. And Doge also moving up. Jasmy looks like there might be some profit taking going on. We'll see whether that green candle turns it around. Right now, again, this is the 15-minute. Yeah, I heard that about Tron. The whole stablecoin business, I don't understand completely in how this works. Again, I've never been a fan of Tron. I don't trust Justin Sun, anything that he's involved with. That's just me. But a lot of people have made money on Tron, and look at Tron just this week bypassed Dogecoin to become the 10th largest cryptocurrency, Tron. And I just refuse to support it because of Justin Sun. And some of you in the past have said, Kriss, you're missing out. And so be it, I'm missing out. But I'm not going to support this Tron thing. But I don't get it. I don't get it with the stable coin and what that's about with Circle. But Flying Tiger says, I don't think Justin has anything to do with Tron anymore. I thought this was his baby. We'll have to do some research on that and see. Because I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. I love it when the shorters get burnt. Got burnt. Yeah. There's always a coin that goes parabolic when BTC is gone. And it's Jasmy right now. And you never know. A lot of the crypto community doesn't like Tron for the same reason. It's because of Justin Sun. That's it. So I'm not going to support Tron. I'm not going to buy any Tron. I'm not going to support anything involved with Tron. I guess there's the Byte meme coin, BYTE, which was like Grok's dog or whatever, and someone made a coin of it, and I guess Justin Sun bought a crap load of it. Just like, come on. Whatever. I'm not going to support that. Tron is based in Asia somewhere. So I don't really know what the SEC could do about it. Again, SEC is going after exchanges, not crypto projects. Oh, Ripple they did. I guess they did go after Ripple, but that was a US-based company and they could do that. Tron is not US-based. But they are going to extradite Do Kwon of Luna fame. So Do Kwon is going to get extradited to the United States. And it'll be interesting to see what the United States charges against Do Kwon are for Luna and the whole Terra ecosystem, which was pretty much built on a Ponzi. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't really know. I'll have to do some research on Tron. I've really never looked at it. So here's that news story that you just said. Circle, the issuer of the popular USD coin, stablecoin, announced on February 20th that it will be discontinuing support for USDC on the Tron blockchain. So that's what it says. So on the Tron blockchain, there will be no USDC. Overall, I don't know what the impact of that is. I don't know what that means. I don't know who's in the Tron DAO and all that. Again, because I don't really follow Tron. I just know I'm not investing in it. NVIDIA earnings, did they come out? NVIDIA. I heard it was going to come out today, right? Let's see what X says about NVIDIA earnings. They're not out yet. Well, according to Billy. Here's Zero Hedges 5 minutes ago. NVIDIA, fourth quarter revenue. They estimated 20 billion. The actual was 22 billion. Wow. Adjusted gross margin estimated 75, actual 76. Fourth quarter data center revenue estimated 17, actual 18. Higher than expectations. Wow. What a huge company this has become. If I had listened to James at Invest Answers and got into NVIDIA a year ago, that would have been good. But now it's like such a huge market cap for this company, and it's just getting bigger. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder what's happening post-market. If I go NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is going crazy after market. Well, it's up about 2% after market so far, but crazy volume trading up to $688 a share, which is not its all-time high. NVIDIA's all-time high, I just have this on another screen, so was 746. And it hit that about a week ago. So there was a sell-off leading into earnings on NVIDIA, but it may just trade right back up because of this great. So that's what's going on with NVIDIA for those stock lovers. Crazy. Crazy NVIDIA. Now, if you follow me on X, here's what my Jasmy post yesterday. Jasmy was at 0.011 then, up 50% for the day. And I said it's not stopping, and it hasn't. It's up to 1.5 cents now. But yeah, I post these charts every now and then. And for the Jasmy, I just couldn't. I had to post Jasmy. And then today I posted this. Dogecoin can go on a run without an Elon Musk tweet or post. You got to be patient and you got to be ready. Because it can do that. Doge can do that. And Doge is moving up right now. Let's see if we can get back up to 8.5. Justin's son paid Warren Buffett in 2018. He paid $5 million. Yeah, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. So those just joining, hey, I was early. I'm still early. I usually come on at 5 o'clock. I started early today because we have this crazy Jasmy trading. And here's the candle on the 4-hour chart of just this crazy Jasmy trading that we've had for the past couple days. And it's not stopping yet. And I thought that it would be good to have a live stream today showing some of this crazy Jasmy trading, talk about Jasmy and how it relates also to Dogecoin. Because this is the type of move we could see in Dogecoin that we've seen before. This particular move right here is very much like Dogecoin in January of 2021, when Dogecoin went from below 1 cent all the way up to 8 cents, an 8x. And it did that in like a day and a half. Craziness. It was crazy. This isn't quite doing that, but you don't know. You don't know if this is going to just continue to run up or not. Because you look across the rest of the crypto market and just about everything else is in red, except for BNB, which is going up, and Sia Coin, which is going up. And I guess Render is in green. Render is just been a beast, an absolute beast. I don't own any BNB and I don't own any SIA coin, but I do own Render tokens. And Render has been awesome for me. We also have Render in the Kriss DCA portfolio. There's Render right there. And let me refresh this and see where Render is now. We're up 349% on our Render. We only have 259 Render tokens, but it's up 349%. More than Jasmy, which is only up 320. So Render's doing very well. So it's good to have some Render in this portfolio. But everything else is in the red, except for Jasmy. So that's good trading. Wow, NVIDIA is now up to $720. I wish I could show this live on here, but it's on my Webull. It's going crazy. NVIDIA aftermarket is just trading crazy right now. I can show just the static here, NVIDIA. But this won't show what I see. It just shows the static, 719, which is the current aftermarket price here. But you don't see the actual trades like I do on the Webull app. So yeah, this is crazy. Oh, I guess have I? I did load it onto this computer. Hold on. Bum, 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 bum. Hold on just a second. Because this is absolutely crazy what is happening right now. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. This is my Webull desktop. And this is what's happening with NVIDIA. So the day trading on the 21st started up here at about 693. And then during the day, kind of traded down going into earnings, or at least until 3 o'clock. And then the last hour, there was some recovery. And that was up to 675. This is all the trading going on after market right now on NVIDIA. And so far, it's up 6.5% after market. And it is just, and this is like $700 a share. And it's just like huge blocks of shares are being traded after market. Huge volume going on. Wow. So there you go, Rogan Reacts. That's what's going on with NVIDIA. Just craziness. Anyway, we can check out stock stuff at another time. We got a lot to cover here right now. Low Roller says, did you see Crypto Batman change his name on YouTube? He was promoting Dogecoin. Yeah, he used to do great Dogecoin live streams. When Doge went into the bear market, he was relying on that AdSense revenue. And because I guess his wedding photography business hasn't been that great. And in the bear market, he just wasn't making enough money. So he started venturing into some other types of content. he was doing some Twitch streaming. He tried a couple other platforms, and then he got into this Omegle stuff, and now he's doing that. And he's got tons of followers, absolutely tons of followers. So he's doing that stuff now. He still has a lot of the same followers from his Dogecoin days that are just supporting him because he's a funny guy. But I can't sit through those live streams and he's doing that stuff. It's kind of weird. But to me, it's kind of weird. But hey, good for him. Goose Wayne. It's going by Goose Wayne. So he's not doing the crypto stuff anymore. He's Goose Wayne. And he's having fun. And he's got lots of followers. He's getting lots of he gets a lot of super chats. And to me, it's just weird. Yeah, 500,000 subs. Yeah. Craziness. So for those wondering who we're talking about, just go to Goose Wayne on YouTube. And you'll see him. 584,000 subs now. But he does these Omegle things. And it's all just kind of a little strange to me. But he gets lots of people following him doing this stuff. We're just like, hey, good for Wayne, you know, good for him. Because he went a long time and he's a funny guy, very engaging, but he does this weird stuff. And it's just like, ugh. But yeah, he was doing a lot of Dogecoin live streams back in 2021, and having fun. So yeah, Goose Wayne, check him out. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. For those who haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe. Kriss Pack's YouTube channel here. And if you're interested in the portfolio, you can join, hit the little join button. You can join the channel and you get a check mark next to your name. Your name is green in the chat. And for those that haven't seen, we've got a new emoji, which is the Cool Doge emoji, because we got more members and I was able to add another emoji. So Cool Doge. So think about joining. I like subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Like the stream. Give it a like. And I'm going to keep going for a while because we got a lot still to cover on Dogecoin and Jasmy. Dogecoin is moving up here, now up to 837. I bought earlier, for those that were wondering if Kriss keeps buying Dogecoin. Yes, I bought this morning at 8.3 right here on this dip. It was about 6:45, 7 o'clock right here. When I woke up, I saw that Doge had dropped down a little earlier here at 5, down to about 8.25, but I was still sleeping then. Dogecoin came up and started to go back down. I was like, I got it. I'll just buy it now. So I bought it. More Doge. For those wondering. I heard sports cards, huge drop percentage, worse than crypto. Other YouTubers, I buy $10,000 card. Now the card worth 250 or less. Yeah, I'm not into the sport card business at all. It's just not for me. I guess if you get like the top tier cards and then you hold them for many years, eventually they'll go up in price and you'll be able to auction it off or something, but only if you get the best cards. The normal cards, no one cares anymore. No one cares anymore. Everything's now digital. NFTs will probably be big in the sports world. But even that, I mean, there was this big thing in 2021 on, sports NFTs. And then all of those who bought them then probably way overpaid. And those NFTs probably aren't worth anywhere near, I don't know. There was the NBA, Top Shots or whatever they were called. Most of this was on Vivi, I believe. I don't remember, but Yeah, I saw that going on, and I was like, yeah, I'm not getting into that. I think just buying crypto is good enough for me. I'm not going to be getting into NFTs. So, so Jasmy, yes, Jasmy was half a penny just a few days ago. That's right. So here's the Jasmy chart. Let me go to the 1 hour chart, and you will see that Jasmy was half a penny. Boop, 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 Saturday. This is right above my head right here. On Saturday, you could have bought Jasmy at 0058. And look at it now. 1.56. And look at that. It's not stopping. It's not retracing down. It's going back up again. Like I said, I think this is one of those times where you've got this crazy run on a crypto and it's not retracing back down. It's not. I'm going to update this. For those that weren't here earlier, we looked at this liquidation heat map and we saw $200,000 in shorts in the past hour. Now, well, that was the hour before. Let me see what's going on now. Let me refresh this. Not so much on Jasmy anymore. Jasmy's now down to only 54,000 in liquidations for the past hour. Still a lot. 32 on the short, 22 on the long. Even some long liquidations got wiped out when Jasmy did this retrace. It's like, what are you guys doing? Trying to play these games with something that has that much volume? Going long, liquidating, going short, liquidating. Nate asks, what is Jasmy's utility? We'll cover that, Nate. We'll cover that. Yeah, Jack. Jasmy. Toss says, almost missed the stream. Go Jasmy. Yeah, I'm going to be on for a while. I started early, and I'm going to go right through 5 o'clock hour, at least till 6. So enjoy. Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're just going to keep this going. But yeah, I just thought it would be fun to do a live showing Jasmy, because no one's doing Jasmy live streams. Again, Jasmy doesn't have the following that Dogecoin has, but with this kind of movement, you'll get a lot bigger following. You'll get people like buying into this and like pumping this. So yeah. So what is Jasmy? First, why is Jasmy coin price surging? And will the rally continue after 100% gains, or will we see a correction? And my opinion is, right now, we're going to see more gains. We're going to see more gains in Jasmy. It's not slowing down. We're not going to see that correction. And the charts are showing it. And that's what I've been saying for the last hour since I've been on, is it's not slowing down. So Jasmy surged more than 125%. It's now even that, but more than 100%. It's a Japanese project. So we'll get into that in a minute. Unprecedented rise in market value, especially for this week when everything else just about is in the red. So what's going on with Jasmy? So from a technical perspective, I mean, you can look at the charts all you want, but this kind of move now doesn't really have anything to do with how Jasmy traded back in the end of 2021 and into 2022. It's just so far away from there. There's probably some holders at some big valuations back there, but It's hard to say. It's kind of a different world now. Jack's a longtime holder. Where did you buy your Jasmy? At what price? Were you back up here at the 3, 4, 5 cents or even higher? It'd be interesting, because I didn't own any Jasmy back then. I knew Jasmy was going crazy, but I didn't buy into it. I was all Doge back then. But I've got Jasmy now. So, because Nate was asking, why is it called Japanese Bitcoin? So Jasmy is an ERC20 token. It's the utility token of what's called the Jasmy project, addressing data security concerns for what the Japanese company is working on, the Internet of Things, IoT. Now, some of you, IoT, that was like 2 years ago. Everyone was talking about Internet of Things, and really hasn't happened that way. Now everything is in AI, and that seems to be the big thing. But Internet of Things has not gone away. That is still a thing. Jasmy aims to offer a platform to enable security and privacy of users' data. The whole idea of Internet of Things was that you would have, like, all your appliances, all your utilities and everything would all be connected through the internet, where you could see them from anywhere. And you could even have, like, let's say you have a Frigidaire, like refrigerator freezer, and you're having a problem with it. Somebody at the Frigidaire company could directly connect to your actual device and run diagnostics and see what's going on. That was the idea of Internet of Things. It's like you could have all of these electronic things that are all connected, and they could all be monitored. You know, you could turn on your heat in your home from your office, like, or your lights or whatever, right? You could do all those kinds of things. But there was always this idea about security and privacy as soon as you did that. And so the Jasmy project in Japan was going to cover all of these concerns in the country of Japan, so that they would enable all of this security. So that's what Jasmy project is about. How this is going to move forward in 2024 with AI and all these other things, I don't know. Even though blockchain technology offers robust security features, there is a scope for data breaches when it comes to Web3 applications in virtual worlds. To address this issue and to make sure the data is secured while being democratized, the Jasmy platform has emerged. Jasmy Coin is the native cryptocurrency that powers all activities of the project. The Japanese project covers all data-related challenges that might surface with advanced technological developments. Blockchain, metaverse, and Internet of Things are a few of the fields where this project focuses on protecting the data of users. So that is what is out there on Jasmy. The Japanese, and I covered this in this morning's video, it's not been a crypto-friendly country. And that is part of the reason, I think, why Jasmy really never took off that much. And you hear about the Koreans, you hear about Chinese, but you don't hear about the Japanese being in crypto. And that's because the Japanese banks pretty much run the country, and they're anti-crypto. But it seems like the regulation side of things in Japan is changing and will be more embracing of crypto, particularly now because the Japanese yen is not doing very well as a currency compared to others. And in fact, I heard last week that the price of Bitcoin hit an all-time high versus the yen over what it was back in 2021. So we look at the Bitcoin price versus the US dollar, right? We look at the Bitcoin chart and we say, yeah, Bitcoin is $51,000. But how many yen is that? And when Bitcoin hit 69K back in November of 2021, that's $69,000. I don't know how many yen that was back in November of 21, but today, Bitcoin at $51,000 is worth more in yen than Bitcoin back in 2021. So it's already at its all-time high versus the yen, because the yen has devalued so much against the US dollar. So the banks, I don't know, the banks in Japan might be taking a second look at crypto, but beyond that, I think you've got the people of Japan who are thinking, why should I hold on to all of this yen? I'm holding US dollar, but why should I hold on into this devaluing currency, the yen, when I could buy Jasmy, the Bitcoin of Japan? And instead of my net worth going down, if you're just holding yen, right, you've got a crap ton of yen sitting in your bank account, right? It's getting inflated away, getting devalued, when you could be holding Jasmy, which is going up in value. So overall, I think that is helping fuel this run here, is that. Plus, you got people like me in the United States who say, this is probably a pretty good deal, and this is going to keep going on a run, and I'm going to make money. Regardless of what's going on in Japan, I'm going to make money here. So that's why I bought Jasmy over the summer, because I could see the possibility of all of this. And it was like, I'm going to buy Jasmy, because Jasmy hadn't done anything in a year. It was just flat. We looked at the weekly chart here on Jasmy earlier. Jasmy just did nothing. And in fact, from June of 2022 to June of 2023, let me go here. Or let's say, yeah, June of 2022 to June of 2023, Jasmy went down about 70%. And that's where I bought in, right there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy it on this dip here down at 003. I think I got it at 0038 is where I bought it at. And it started to go back up in July, but then the whole altcoin market was pretty much tanking into August. And so that's when we bought it into this portfolio, the Kriss DCA portfolio, and our average price is 00366 for Jasmy there that we bought. We bought 125,000 Jasmy tokens for like $500. And now we're up 320%. So yeah. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So that's why we're talking about Jasmy now, is like coming out of that. This is exciting for Jasmy. This is like almost a God candle, what they call God candle right there. This is on the weekly. This is the weekly chart. It's like, boom. Zoom in a little onto the daily, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a 3-day run now on Jasmy, a 3-day run that's gone from 0062, that's like 170% in 3 days. That's pretty big. Hey, Bull Run, what's up? Jack says his average Jasmy is 34. Is that 34 cents? So you've got a ways to go to break even if it's 34. We'll see whether Jasmy gets back up there. But yeah, Jasmy back then, it was new. You didn't know what it was going to do. There was no even thinking that Jasmy was going to drop down below a penny. I mean, we know when Doge went on its run up to 74 cents, who knew? I mean, could have Dogecoin have dropped below a penny again? It could have. The lowest I got I think, was 4.95 cents. And that was in like June of 2022. In the most recent summer of 2023, the lowest Doge got was, boop, 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 boop. Go to the weekly again. Was here in June 2023, and it hit about 5.3 cents. So it didn't go as far down as June of 2022, where it hit 4.95, which was right there. But Jasmy went below a penny. And then some. And so that's when I bought it here this past summer at 0038 or whatever. And then we bought it again into our portfolio at 0036. Craziness. Do you remember when I told you about Jasmy back in the winter of 2023? Well, I had already bought it because I bought it in June. Or are you talking about January or February, early 2023? Could have. Was that one of those that was on your list of all those crazy things you were buying back then? Yeah, in January 2023, Jasmy was up at 0.005. Right? Oh, let me go back. Sorry. Yeah, we're on Jasmy. Yeah. It was trading 004 up to 005 and then came up to about 008 here. And I didn't buy then. I waited and I got it on this dip here. That's where I bought it. Internet of Things is the WEF's plan to destroy humanity? No, I don't think so. I think it's more independent than that. I mean, that's why Jasmy is doing that security and data thing. It's on behalf of the users, not on the government side, who want to like get into all your business. But that was always one of those criticisms of the Internet of Things, though, is that a government could take over. But I don't see that happening. Jasmy's still following our short-term upward trend line, which is nice. It's not dropping down yet, guys. Do I think Jasmy's going to drop under a penny? I don't right now. I mean, look at this short-term chart. It is not retracing. It's continuing to trade up. Is there going to be some huge sell-off? It could happen. That could happen. But I see Bitcoin starting to turn around again. This could have been this last dip below 51K. And if Bitcoin tomorrow just trades up above 52 and keeps going, we're not going to see Jasmy dropping down. I don't think so. I think there's too much momentum behind this thing now. Could I be wrong? Maybe. But right now, this chart is looking very good. It's looking really good for trading. Welcome to everybody for the 5 o'clock Kriss Pack's live stream. I've already been on for an hour and a half. I started early because of this Jasmy run that's going on and have been comparing Jasmy to Dogecoin, not Dogecoin now, but Dogecoin back in January of 2021. And that is when Dogecoin went on a crazy run from under a penny to 8 cents. Crazy day, over 2 days, January 29th, January 30th. Absolutely crazy trading. And this trading of Jasmy, this is on the daily chart. This is the live chart. This reminds me of Doge back in January 2021. Will Jasmy keep going up from here? That's the big question. We don't know. We don't know. But I'm holding. I'm holding my Jasmy. I bought it back in June. I'm holding it to at least June again of 2024 before I'll even consider selling, because I don't want to take the profit on a short-term capital gains. I want this one to be long-term capital gains, so I don't end up giving as much money to the government on the tax on the profits. So that's my plan, is I'm holding it. And maybe we just continue to hold it through the fall and into next winter, because we don't know what's going to happen. Have no idea. This could just be starting some longer run on this that could continue through the whole bull market. We don't know. So I'm not taking any profits. I haven't, and I won't during this run, because I bought mine in June of 2023. So I've only owned it like 8 months so far. And I'm not going to sell before 1 year is up. That's a big difference in the United States in capital gains tax between short-term and long-term capital gains on both the federal side and the state side, because they both take a bigger chunk on your short-term capital gains. And I'm like, not worth it. Not worth it. So I'm not taking any profits. I'm letting this one ride. This is not like one of those memes that, goes on a big run and then immediately drops and you never hear from it again. Jasmy's already done that. Again, Jasmy's already done that. Now it's making its second run, and this could be the real deal. And someone's asking about Bonk. And I say, for Bonk, it's not all that different from Bonk. We look at the long-term Bonk chart here. I don't think we're going to... Bonk had an initial run back in late 2022, early 2023. That's when Bonk started. And then Bonk was dead through the whole summer. And then in the fall, when that Solana phone was coming out, preloaded with Bonk tokens just started going crazy in price, and we had this crazy price action, of which Solana might do that again with Bonk, because they're coming out with their Gen 2 phone. They're already taking pre-orders, and they've already been talking about using Bonk as a token to do things with Solana. And so I don't see Bonk coming back down to these levels, that we saw in summer of 2023. I don't see that, not right now. But as I think Lolo was asking about Bonk, right? Yeah, Bonk is selling off. Switch to Bonk. It's a flip-flop, the new hot coin flavor of the week. I don't know. I bought more Bonk. I'm lowering my rebuy average in Bonk. It's not on this one. It's on the Coinbase one, because I trade on Coinbase, and this is my Bonk chart here. So I bought a little more Bonk this morning as well, along with Doge and SUI and Injective. I was buying this morning. I did not get bonked down. I thought this morning the whole crypto market was going to go back up once we hit 9 o'clock with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin turned around and did a little dump. So altcoins and memes dropped lower. So I didn't get bonk all the way down here at the bottom, but I did buy a little more on the bonk. Just like on Doge, I bought some more Doge right here at 8.3 cents. I bought Doge this morning. So again, for those that have just joined, some people ask me, do I still buy Dogecoin? I did this morning. I bought a chunk of Doge at 8.3 cents. That's where I hit it right there. 7 o'clock this morning, woke up, saw the charts, saw that there was this big dump, thinking that 9 o'clock, the whole market was going to go back up with Bitcoin, because I thought there'd all be this, ETF spot buying again going on. And that didn't happen as much today. And so there was more selling of Bitcoin than buying. So Bitcoin is in the red. This is not what I was expecting for Bitcoin. I was expecting it to move back up to 52K, and that didn't happen. Now it can still happen tonight, but that didn't happen today. And so I was buying crypto here at 7 o'clock this morning. So I didn't quite get the whole dip here that came down to like 8.2 earlier this afternoon, but that's okay. 8.3, now we're up to 8.4, so I'm already in profit on that Doge that I bought. It's okay. It's small percentages, but it's okay. It's all good. All good. Question, if you add to your bag during the year, does that reset the year every time you buy in for taxes? No, it doesn't. Now, I can show you something on that. Here's how I do it. I have this spreadsheet. This is for the Kriss DCA portfolio. See, here's the dates we were buying Jasmy. July, August into September. Look at the lowest we bought Jasmy was 00333 right there. That was our lowest. We were DCAing on Jasmy right here. So here's how it works with taxes. We bought this Jasmy on July 14th. We bought this Jasmy on September 20th. When July 14th, 2024 comes around, I could sell that Jasmy and it would be a long-term capital gains. But I can't sell any of this Jasmy yet because it would be short-term because it hasn't hit a year yet. So it's each individual chunk that you bought on a daily basis. First in, first out. So for the Kriss DCA portfolio, in order for all of this Jasmy that we bought to be a long-term capital gains, not selling until September 20th, 2024. So 1 year after the last of this chunk. But if we sold, let's say, in August, then only the stuff in September would be a long-term, and then the rest would be short-term. So that's how it works. First in, first out. Or you can track it by exchange. If you buy different exchanges and you only want to sell on one exchange, you can do that. It doesn't matter. It's really first in, first out for the most part. If you're buying on different exchanges, then you can deal with it in different ways. It's all of this is just a backup for an eventual audit. If you're going to get audited, that's really why you keep records like this. All of my trades I put on spreadsheets, and I keep records of each and every trade. I do that for myself, not only so I can figure out what my average cost is, and then I can compare it to the current cost, of which I haven't updated this one in a long time. What is the current Jasmy price? Because now I want to see on my own spreadsheet what my profit is. It's going up again, guys. 0167. Jasmy. Boom. So now 0.0167 is the current price. We're up. We've over 4x. Wow. $1,800 profit. We took $510 investment, and it's now worth $2,318 for Jasmy. Isaac bought 1,000. You're up 100 and you're going to sell? Well, you're not going to keep a lot of it because it's going to be a short-term capital gain. So you only get to keep like 60 of it, $66 of it, and the rest is going to go to taxes, short-term capital gains. That is a short-term, low-income method of thinking, Isaac. Just, again, I used to do that too. I used to swing trade like that and scalp. I used to do that. What do you want to be? Do you want to be wealthy? Really? Do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to make a lot of money? In crypto, the way you make money is you buy and you hold. And you sell at the top. If you scalp, you miss out. You miss out on potential bigger gains. $100 isn't going to change your life. $10,000, if that 1,000 10x from here, and Jasmy goes from 1.6 cents up to 16 cents, which it could. You say, I ain't going to pay taxes because I'm leaving the USA. So guess what most countries do? Guess what the United States does? The United States requires you to pay taxes on crypto you bought while you were in the United States, even if you left. Even if you left, you've got to pay the taxes on that because you were here buying crypto in the United States. So you might want to talk to a financial accountant, a crypto tax expert to get it straight. There are some countries you don't have to pay taxes, low roller. There are some, but if you buy in the United States and you move to another country, you're paying tax on the gain of that crypto. So, Mr. Isaac, I just want you to get some advice before you start saying things, because you could be in trouble. Now, is an IRS auditor going to find you in whatever country you're in? Well, you don't know. So, why is there so much momentum now with Jasmy? Jasmy is going on a run now. Why this started, I don't know. Particularly, it looks like, according to, again, this is the article that I quoted in the video earlier today I did on this. And it's what they're calling a Japanese regulatory tailwind. The surge in Jasmy's value isn't solely the work of a few large investors, of which there are big holders of Jasmy. That's true. But there's a broader, more systemic change at play, rooted in Japan's regulatory environment. Recent reforms have made it easier for venture capital to flow into crypto projects. A seismic shift in policy that aims to bolster the country's digital economy. So as I said about 20 minutes ago, Japan in the past has been anti-crypto because the banks hold the power in Japan. The Bank of Japan is, I mean, they're like bigger than BlackRock in comparison to what the country is worth. BlackRock to the United States versus Bank of Japan versus the country Japan. But the yen has been devaluing, and there are a lot of people in Japan that aren't happy, and it looks like there's venture capitalists that have money to spend, and they want to put it in something that is going to have value, and it ain't the Japanese yen. This is what's happening with Jasmy now. This is what's happening. And the market is responding. That's what's happening with Jasmy. It's still going up, guys. It's just still going up. Are bank investors switching to Jasmy coin? Or no, bonk investors. Oh, I don't know about that. People selling bonk and buying Jasmy? Maybe. I think there's a lot of investors that flip-flop from coin to coin to coin. That happens. The momentum is behind Jasmy. Yes, you're going to have a lot of people selling one thing and buying another. I would only sell something if I foresee a big drop. Like I sold my Arbitrum on Saturday because Arbitrum is having a huge token unlock in March. Like almost doubling the number of tokens is what's happening with Arbitrum next month. An almost double unlock. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be part of that. So I took my profits on the Arbitrum. It's now at $1.84. I sold at $1.94, which was here. I sold at $1.94 on Saturday. And now I've taken that money and I've bought SUI, Injective, a little bit more bonk, and Dogecoin down here at this level this morning. I guess at this level. It would have been Arbitrum. It would have been like a swing trade if I rebought Arbitrum, but I'm like, I'm not thinking about buying Arbitrum until after that token will unlock, which is like March 20th. So it's like a month away. So depending on what happens to the price of Arbitrum then, I may consider getting back in, but I may be done. I doubled my money on Arbitrum, on my Arbitrum bet. Now I got to pay a short-term capital gain on tax on that, I know, but I'm fearful of a big drop in the price of Arbitrum because of this huge token unlock that's coming next month. There's going to be a big drop in the price, and I'm not sticking around for it. So that's why I sold the Arbitrum, booked the profit on that, but only because I think the price is going to drop. Other things I'm not selling until I've owned it for a year because I'm not going to pay the short-term capital gain. Doge doing nice to 8.4, and Jasmy just still going up, guys. 1.65 now. Still going up. Doge Elon Mars. I haven't heard anyone talk about Doge Elon Mars for a long time, low roller. That Doge Elon Mars token. It's like, really? I have not heard about that. Flying Tiger says he backed up the truck and loaded up on Doge today. Nice. Nice. Bull run, made more than 7x on Injective, not buying anymore. Still waiting to add more SUI to my bag when it dips below $1.50. I don't think SUI is going to drop below $1.50. I bought at $1.66. That's my SUI price. Right here. Or $1.64. That's where I bought this morning. And I know I missed out on the run before, but like I said, I had already bought all this other stuff and I wasn't going to sell to get, obviously I should have, because SUI outperformed 2023, most of the other stuff I was holding, but I mean, that's why you diversify, right? So you're in a lot of different things. But SUI wasn't on my radar. But now I'm in SUI for the coming bull run. Not up a lot yet, but it's a start. It'll be better than Arbitrum, though, which I think is going to tank next month. So I switched over to SUI and Injective. And I know Injective had a huge 2023. I know. But I bought some. It's almost back to where I bought it. It's right up here, 34.5. So we're just starting on that. But Jasmy, we're talking Jasmy now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, bum. If you want to be wealthy, learn to use taxes to your advantage. I have an accountant. I've had an accountant from before I got into crypto, because I used to trade domain names and build websites. And that domain name trading and website thing was a side business. And I could not figure out for the life of me what to do as far as taxes for that side business. And a friend of mine had a CPA and said, Kriss, you should really talk to this guy. And I did, and he didn't charge me that much. And he still doesn't for all of the work he does for me. He really doesn't charge that much. It's like $500. I get both my federal and state taxes all done. And he sets me up for prepaying for the next year. I do prepay quarterly taxes, and he sets it all up for me, figures out how much I should prepay, gives me the little slips, the envelopes, everything. It's all set up. It's like for $500. That is so worth it if in my shoes where I am. And now with all the crypto stuff, it's like he helps with all of that. So good guy. If you get into a position where you don't have to sit there and agonize over your tax forms for hours, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. You can do a separate portfolio for short-term capital taxes. Yep. I pretty much have one main portfolio of all of my crypto, and I keep it all on a spreadsheet very similar to this one. I've got all my trades on it, all my active trades. And then as I trade something out, I put it on another tab in the spreadsheet. I just do it this way. I know there are some online stuff where you can attach your wallet or wallets and do all of that. I'm not doing that. I'm not connecting my wallet to anything. My wallet stays totally separate from the internet. I am not. It's probably fine, but I'm not doing it. I'm not attaching my ledger to somebody's tax software or portfolio. I'm not doing it. I just don't trust enough, I guess. So I do it on spreadsheets. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass to put all of these in, but that's how I manage it. And it keeps me sane. Keeps me sane. So I don't have to worry about it. Jeff says, I made a decent bit trading during the last cycle, but would have made far more if I just held. And you don't know when the cycle top is, though. That's the thing, Jeff. You don't know. I mean, we're going to do it together here on the Kriss Pax channel all through the bull market. And we'll be asking all along the way, is this the top? Is this the top? We don't know when the top is going to be. I mean, all of those YouTube guys were saying Bitcoin was going to go to 100K. Even when it was 69K in November of 2021, Just like we thought Dogecoin was going to $1 in May of 2021, and it didn't. It didn't. So you take your best guess. And what we will be doing on this channel is layering out. We're not going to sell it all at once. Because again, you don't know when the top is. But when you start getting a sense of maybe enough profit, and it just seems like things might be slowing down in a bull market craze, we'll start layering out. Are the people who do taxes at the local small business trained to do crypto? My guy was. My guy knew enough about crypto. And I think because crypto is becoming more prevalent, the CPAs know the crypto laws. In the United States, on the 1040 form, what's the first question they ask? The first question, right after you put in your name, what's the first question they ask on the 1040 tax form? Did you sell or hold any digital assets in 2023? That's the first question. Now, why would they put that there? Why would that be a question? So the CPAs know about crypto, but it's also to flag the crypto holders for the IRS so they can put all their new age work auditing crypto bros who may or may not being truthful on their taxes. So I am not playing any games with the IRS. If I sell something, I'm claiming it on my taxes. And I know I got to pay short-term capital gains on a lot of money this year because I did some buying and selling through the year, and I did get some profits. I had a couple for losses, but I had more for profits, and I'm gonna have to pay short-term capital gains. But because I got my spreadsheets, I've got it all there in case I get audited. An auditor, hey, come talk to me, no problem. I'll show you my spreadsheets, and you'll go, yeah, there's nothing to see here. You got it all. Again, that's just me. I don't know what you guys do. As far as maybe you only have Robinhood, you've only bought on Robinhood, then you've got it easy. But if you start trading on DeFi exchanges and all this other stuff, you got to account for it somewhere. I'm just saying. And pay your taxes. Yep. Mt. Gox exchange. It could have been, yeah. The Mt. Gox exchange was Japan, and because of that, Japan doesn't like crypto. That makes sense. That makes sense. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Doge Elon Mars is dead for now. Yep. Jasmy's still going up, guys. Do I think Doge will also jump on AI momentum, considering X Grok, if Elon stunts with Grok? I don't see any sort of AI play with Doge directly. Either Doge is going to be on X, Twitter, or it's not. It's one or the other. If Elon does anything with Doge, it's going to be on X. And then it won't matter, AI, Grok, or not. Doge is going to go to the moon. That's it. Doge will not stop if Elon integrates it into X Twitter. So, yeah, Trump shoes. They sold out. You can only buy them secondary market now, and they're like overpriced totally. If you didn't get it right away, you didn't get Trump shoes. Bull Run says, I have a guy doing my taxes through my business. Yep. It is so nice, isn't it? To not have to go through all those forms and all the instructions and seeing what changed year after year. You just give them the data and they do it. Low Roller asks a great question here, guys. Are the 4-year cycles now broken? This is crypto, mostly on Bitcoin. Will all of this institutional money change the 4-year cycle? And my opinion on this is it'll only change, or I will only react to it if it changes at the end, what we think is the end of the cycle. We don't know. But for now, I'm going to assume that come 2026, there's going to be a sell-off. And it's going to continue the 4-year cycle. And so in 2025, I'm going to be out of most of my crypto. Whether that's a good move or not, I don't know. But I am not going to hold all of my crypto through another bear market, if indeed there is one. The halving does happen every 4 years, yes. Post-halving, there's always a pump, right? It's the limiting of the supply inflation of Bitcoin by half every 4 years. And that's going to happen again around mid-April. So there is some there. But Low Roller does have a point, because now there's billions of dollars of institutional money coming in under these spot ETFs. And for the most part, once that money is in those spot ETFs, it's not leaving. There's not going to be a big sell-off in 2026. The bear market, not there. Retail may, but retail will be a smaller percentage of the overall, market cap. So, yeah, that is interesting. I don't know. But the way I'm playing it is I'm going to keep a chunk of my Doge and I'm going to keep a chunk of my Bitcoin. Everything else, including Jasmy, I'm selling. I'm taking the profit. And I don't know what I'm going to put it into yet. Maybe into stocks or bonds or something. I don't know. Maybe real estate. Do something with it. And we'll see whether there's a bear market or not in 2026. We don't know. We don't know here. But sitting right here with this tremendous opportunity, possibly of a lifetime, with this tremendous wealth building opportunity here in front of us that's coming. We're already in the middle of it, particularly with Bitcoin going from 15K to 50K, right? How high is Bitcoin going to go? 100K, 200K, higher? And that could all happen in the next 12 months. We have no idea. Well, 12 to 20 months. If it follows the 4-year cycle. We don't know. But I've got a lot invested in this, and I'm older than most of you guys, so if I make $1 million, profit out of this, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I could make more. It could be more. We don't know. And I'm willing to risk that now for this next year plus. Yeah, I don't know if the institutions are going to take their profits or whether they're just going to follow Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy bet on Bitcoin and buy and hold. I mean, look what Michael Saylor has done. His company has allocated now $6 billion into Bitcoin, which is now valued at $10 billion. So that company is $4 billion in profit. And that is because he didn't sell. Again, you don't know when the tops are and you don't know when the bottoms are. Could he have sold some of it when it was up at 69K instead of buying more? Sure. Looking back in history, yeah, he probably should have. But his strategy was, I'm going to keep buying Bitcoin. And now he's $4 billion in profit for MicroStrategy. $4 billion in profit. In what, 3 years? 3.5 years. $4 billion in profit. That's just that's not the business, what the business is doing. That's just taking profits from the business and allocating it into Bitcoin. The business is still doing the business thing, making money. So that's just the profit side of it, making additional $4 billion over 3.5 years. Crazy. You think Jeff Bezos is taking his Amazon profit and putting it into Bitcoin? Maybe. Maybe. He's selling a lot of Amazon stock. Jasmy will slow down in a few days. We don't have enough retail capital in crypto just yet. It could. It could. Again, I think a lot of this is going to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin totally turns around and starts trading up above 52K, back up to 53K, I don't see Jasmy pulling back. I don't see a big pullback for Jasmy. We don't know. You would think that there'd be some profit selling here and we would see a big retracement. That could happen. But right now, it's not. Not doing it now. So, is it good for me to hold my Doge as we speak? I can't tell you what to do, but I'm holding Doge and I'm buying more, waiting for the eventual Dogecoin pump. It's going to happen. At some point in time, Doge is going to go on a run. And I don't want to be playing games, try to skimp profits on Doge when there's a huge opportunity this summer. If Elon does Doge on X, it's game over, guys. It's game over. Dogecoin is going to go on the biggest run. I don't want to miss that. Not missing that at all. CoinMarketCap Crypto Awards. Cryptos R Us got nominated for 2024. I don't know. I like George. I got a free 1 month membership the other day. Someone was buying memberships and I was on. I got a free membership for a month for Cryptos R Us. I like George. He's the most positive person in crypto. He really is. Even when prices are going down, he's saying hey, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. So he's not the best fan of Dogecoin. I don't like him about that. So maybe just for that, I'm not going to vote for him because he doesn't like Doge. And every once in a while, he makes wisecracks about Doge. So yeah, maybe I won't vote for him. I don't know who else is up. I saw that CMC was doing some award thing. It was in blue at the top of the CoinMarketCap website, and I just clicked the X button out of it. Bull Run thinks we're going to have a super cycle. Could be. Again, we don't know. But I'll be taking profits in 2025. That's just what I'm doing. I heard Coinbase is running out of Bitcoin now. Yeah, George showed that earlier this week on his channel. But then he showed a Binance chart that showed Binance has more Bitcoin than they've ever had. So it could just be a Coinbase thing because of the ETFs. And that's what I think. I think the ETFs are buying up Coinbase Bitcoin OTC is what's happening. And so Coinbase is supply of Bitcoin is dropping. Most retailers, investors will be altcoin now since they can't afford Bitcoin. There is that. I mean, people are going to $50,000 Bitcoin. I'm not going to buy Bitcoin, but I can buy Dogecoin at 8 cents. I can get a lot of Dogecoins. Yep. There's no way those institutions are going to sell their Bitcoin and crypto assets. Only retail investors will sell. And Flying Tiger says institutions will take their measured profits, count on it. So there are two sides of the argument right there. And we don't know. You're still adding to your bags. So am I. I'm still adding to my bags here and there. For those that haven't heard, I bought more Dogecoin this morning. Right here. I bought Doge 833, right? Or 831, right in there. I bought Doge. 7 o'clock this morning. Bought more Doge. I bought a little more Bonk. I bought Sui and I bought Injective. Those are the 4 I bought this morning on the dip. I didn't quite get the lowest dip, but I was working then. This morning at 7 o'clock, I wasn't working yet. I just got up and I saw that the prices have come down overnight. And I'm like, okay, I'm buying. That's what I do. I buy on the dips. So I bought. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. And at the same time, MicroStrategy stock went from $200 to $700. So yeah. Could have bought MicroStrategy stock. I put my last paycheck into Doge. Hope it goes up. In the long run, again, you don't know. Right now, though, the way the trading is going on, I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years now. For 3 years, I've been doing this. And I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, Doge is not dropping down to 7 cents. There's too much support for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not going to go on this massive dump. People are saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to drop down to 30K. It's like, you can have all your limit orders set up at 30K if you want, but it's not going to happen. You're not going to get that filled. That's just, your cash is just going to sit there because Bitcoin's not dropping down there. There's way too much support. Bitcoin's going to keep going up from here. And so that's why I see Doge the same thing. Doge is going to futz around here between 8 and 9 cents until it can go on a little run on itself or just follow along with Bitcoin going up, which Dogecoin generally does, maybe not quite at the same percentage, but it generally follows it, just like most of the crypto market. If we see Bitcoin in the green tomorrow up 5%, most of alts will be up 3 or 4%, some even more. That's just how it works. It's the same with the stock market. The stock market has good days and bad days. It has green days and red days. It doesn't mean the companies are bad. It's just the way markets work. So if the NASDAQ goes down 2%, you're going to have really good companies that are going to lose 2% or more on their stock, even though it's still a great company. It's just the way markets work. George is a stuck-up fool. I don't know why he disses Dogecoin so much. I mean, the way I look at it with Doge is a lot of us got into Dogecoin back in 2021. Most of us through Robinhood, right? And for many of us, Dogecoin was the first crypto we bought. Might have heard about Bitcoin, but you didn't buy any. Didn't even know what Ethereum was or any of these other things, but you bought Dogecoin. And that was your entry into crypto, was Dogecoin. And then you start watching me, right? And you watch these other YouTube videos and you learn more about crypto. And then you're like, huh, Well, maybe I should diversify. That's what, Denise, I'll get to you in a minute, right? Diversify, right? Maybe I should buy some of this and buy, this looks like good. Maybe I should get into this, or this looks pretty good. Maybe I should get into that. And maybe you eventually do buy some Bitcoin too. Dogecoin is good for the crypto market on the retail side. And it's actually good for Bitcoin because a lot of people will buy Dogecoin first. And then eventually you'll get around to probably buying some Bitcoin, even if it's at $50,000. To have a little Bitcoin in your portfolio is a good thing. And that's going to be my message to Denise in just a minute. It's a good thing to have some exposure to Bitcoin. You don't know what's going to happen long term. It could turn out that Bitcoin becomes the granddaddy of all cryptos, goes on a huge run because of its scarcity, and other cryptos won't catch up. Every once in a while, but there'll be a crypto that will go on a big run, but may not outperform Bitcoin. You don't know. So it's good to have some Bitcoin. And George should not be dissing Doge, because Doge does open the doors to a lot of people. Dogecoin was not nominated in Meme Coin of the Year. Well, yeah, Doge did not have a good 2023. That's true. Bonk did. So Bonk would deserve that award. In fact, not even knowing what the other nominees are, I would vote for Bonk. Because Bonk had a phenomenal 2023. Bonk was nothing at the beginning of the year. Some people might vote for Pepe. Pepe was made in 2023. Yeah, I just don't like the owners and the whole thing. I would rather support Bonk than Pepe. That's why I don't own any Pepe. Doge is undervalued. You bet. It sure is. SKVKN, Skvikin, however you say it. Well, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. I have almost 3 million Dogecoin. I added more today. I'm getting close to 3 million. I don't know exactly because I've got Dogecoin in different places. I've got some on Coinbase, in 2 different places in Coinbase, because we also have some in the Kriss DCA portfolio, where we have 75,000 Dogecoin here in this portfolio. I've got some on Robinhood. I've got some on my Ledger. I've got some on my Exodus wallet. I've got some on my MyDoge wallet, which is on my phone. It's the only one I have on my phone. The MyDoge is linked to my X Twitter account, so I can send and receive tips through X Twitter through the MyDoge app. And so also, when I pay for something like AMC movie tickets and I use BitPay, they take it from the MyDoge app on my phone. So I've got Doge sitting in there as well. Total, I don't have it all in one place. I've got it in different places in my spreadsheets, which I should probably collate that all together so I know exactly how many Dogecoin I have, but I don't right now. So, but it's getting close to 3 million. I know I've got 3 million Jasmy because I bought it all in 3 blocks back in June of 2023. And it's enjoying the past 3 days now of these God candles here that we've got with Jasmy. So that's 3 million Jasmy tokens. And we don't know what's going to happen with Jasmy. Have no idea. So Denise does ask, is it better to diversify by 3 different cryptos at 100 each, or pay the $4 Coinbase fee for each, or buy 1 crypto for 300 and pay total fee? Yeah, the fees. You know, on the fees, I would look at not concentrate so much on the fees versus what you're buying. I know the Coinbase fees are crappy, but I know through this bull market, the fees are going to be negligible because you're just going to make so much more. So buy the cryptos you want to buy, is what I say. Like today, I bought on Coinbase 4 different purchases, all on Coinbase: Dogecoin, Bonk, Sui, and Injective. And I paid a fee on each of them. And the fee's the fee. That's the price of doing business on Coinbase. Now, you could say, well, I'll buy on Robinhood then. Sure, go buy on Robinhood, but you're going to pay a higher price for that crypto on Robinhood the way it works. Now, if you send a limit order on Robinhood, you may or may not hit that limit order. And that's the chance you take on Robinhood. Then you could probably call it, apples to apples. But then when you go and you sell on Robinhood, you're not going to get the price you want, because the gap in the spread between the bid and the ask price on Robinhood is huge. If you do a market buy, you're going to pay a lot more than whatever the current price is showing on Binance or Coinbase. And if you do a market sell on Robinhood, you're going to get a lower price than you see on Binance or Coinbase. And that's just the way Robinhood works. That's how they make their money. They don't charge you a fee, but they take that difference between the actual price and their spread, and they profit off that. That's how Robinhood makes their money. Better buy some Bitcoin. Take your profit, or the money market will take it from you. Not right now. Not financial advice, but not right now. I'm not taking profit on this Jasmy here. No way. Now, at the end of the year, you may say, Kriss, you should have taken that profit because Jasmy might be back down below a penny. I don't know. It might. But it might be 4 cents or 5 cents. It could double from here. I'm not selling before this epic bull market that I think is coming, and that most others are also looking forward to coming. Bitcoin is not going to stop at 50K. It's not. We're just getting started. The halving is coming up. We're going to have lowering interest rates in the United States, which helps the markets. We're in a presidential election year. They're going to print money. They're going to do whatever they can to make the economy look good for the Democrats. All of that leads to bull market, continuation of bull market. And so that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, the bull run will eventually top out, but not now, not in February of 2024. I'll be starting to think of taking profits after the election. That's when I'm going to start. And I'll have just about everything I'll have held for a year, except for the stuff I bought today. The stuff I bought this morning, I'll hold probably until February, at least February 2025 at a minimum. The Bitcoin whale buying these altcoins. If they make enough on the altcoin pump, they will buy more new Bitcoin. Bitcoin whales can't compete institutions' money. Yeah. But there's whales in like most other altcoins as well. So we'll run sticking with Bitcoin. That's okay. And you've got a lot of exposure to other altcoins too and other memes. That's fine. That is fine. New people coming into Jasmy? Could be. Yeah, that's what happens. You get something pumping, you get new people coming into it. They'll follow it. They'll follow the pumps. But I make more money on Jasmy because I bought it at 0.003 last summer than chasing what's here. That's why you diversify and you hold and you wait. Yeah, bull run knows and will miss the big Dogecoin bull run. Bull run knows that because we've talked about it. That's okay though. Bull run's making money on a bunch of other cryptos. And so far, all of the money that is in bull run's profit so far has outperformed Dogecoin. So bull run is right so far. But yes, there will be a run on Dogecoin. Dogecoin will make a lot of profit, most likely. And bull run won't be a part of that. But that's okay. Bull run has made a lot of money on a lot of other cryptos. Dun, 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 dun. How do I feel about Dogecoin dropping to number 11? It's only a matter of time. It's a short-term thing. And this Tron pump, I don't know what's behind it. I really don't. I don't know what's behind this Tron pump. But Doge will go on a run and it will cross it, Tron back. So, yep. Is it important for Doge to stay in the top 10? No, it's not. And we know Doge has not been performing as well as other cryptos so far. Doge has had a good February so far, but overall for the past year, Doge hasn't done that well, but has done well enough to stay now in the top 11 of all cryptos. That's pretty good. I mean, better than Chainlink, Polkadot, Matic. You know, Doge is doing great. I'm no complaints here. Now, if Dogecoin dropped to number 30, then I'd start getting a little worried. I'd be like, okay, this isn't good. And Dogecoin has been down there before. You go back to like 2019, 2020, something like that. That's true. If you pay higher prices on Robinhood, but as long as you keep it the bull run, if you don't care about the price and you're not selling your Doge, yeah. That difference in price may not matter. If you buy Doge at, let's see, Jasmy's still staying up, not dropping yet. So Doge is now 842. Okay, here's the current Doge price. It's still going up. If you bought it right now, the price says 842. Robinhood will tell you 845. So you buy it at 845 instead of 842. That little difference right there, when Dogecoin is at 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, wherever it's going, in the long run, it's not going to matter. But that's the little slice that Robinhood takes on every transaction that isn't a limit order. On a limit order, you got to make sure that it hits that price that you set in a limit order that you can do on Robinhood. But for market orders, they're taking that. And on a limit order, actually, the price has to go lower than your limit order set price for it to go through. That's what it does. And they scalp a little bit off that too. That's how Robinhood makes their money. So if I set a limit order for 8431 right now on Robinhood, it wouldn't fill. It won't fill. It'll wait. So, but yes, Mars, if you only trade on Robinhood and you don't do any DeFi crap or anything else in crypto, you get that 1099 form from Robinhood. It's all in one place. And they do it all for you. easiest on your taxes. That is correct. That's correct. And as Ballrun says, who cares about the fees when you can make a killing from your crypto profits? Yep. That's true. Bum, 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 bum. So, Blue Horseshoe, welcome. You joined my Patreon. That's what you joined. In order to be eligible for the profits on the Kriss DCA portfolio, it's not my X account you join, it's my YouTube account. So on your laptop, you want to go to my YouTube account and you want to hit the join button right there on my YouTube account. So what I would suggest is, because you've already paid the Patreon, wait for 1 month. Then you can cancel the Patreon and join this. Okay? Because I've always shown this. It's the YouTube channel. That's where you need to join and become a member. And you're not a member yet on YouTube. You join the Patreon. Okay? Let's give that a try. Going back in time. Do you remember when you were telling me to sell Sia last winter? Look at Sia now. I'm making a killing today just because you didn't sell. I don't think I told you to sell. I think I said that if I owned it, I might sell it. Because I don't tell people what to do. Dark George Lopez, you saw me on George's live. Yes. Yeah, I listened into George on Cryptos R Us. And I'm a member now. I got a free membership for a month. I was one of those. When some guy was like buying gift memberships, I got one of them. So for the next month, I'm a member of George's channel. I don't know what you get for being a member on George's channel. I think he does, or he says he does a members only thing, but I've never seen him do it. So, and he doesn't seem to really do anything special for members. So I don't see any advantage of being a member other than supporting George, which is good. But I also do super chats for George as well. Jason's getting close. So close, Jason. 8K more to go. And you'll be in the million Dogecoin club. You're so close. So this is how you do it. You DCA and you just buy little bits at a time. Number go up and eventually you reach your target. We're getting there. We're getting there. By the way, my birthday celebration is Friday. Speaking of celebrations, we'll be doing a Kriss Pack's birthday stream on Friday. I'm a Pisces. Not selling Jasmy anytime soon. Not selling your Sia coin. I mean, look at the crypto bubbles. What do you see? Jasmy, Sia. There's not many in the green here. There's Render, Fetch, AGIX, going on a run now, and the graph. Jasmy. Doesn't it feel good when you see something like this? You see Jasmy, a big green bubble. You see Sia, a big green bubble, and you own both of them. That looks pretty good, especially on a red day like we have. That looks pretty good. Yeah, this Friday, birthday celebration. My birthday is actually Saturday, but I'm not doing a live stream on Saturday. So I'm live streaming Friday night, the day before my birthday. Eric says, I use limit orders on Robinhood, and yes, it will wait for the spread to be filled first and then fill your order. But yeah, it's like 0.4%, something like that. Yep. But people still get upset. They're like, it's 844 and it's not filling at 844. That's because it waits and it waits and it waits until it overcomes that spread so they can get their slice for their profit. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do when there's big volatility and the price is moving fast and there's huge volume. Then Robinhood has real problems. The spread is not 0.4 anymore. It gets wider and wider and wider. That's what I've seen on Robinhood. So you got to be careful about that. But look at this trading. Just everything's just coming right back up, guys. See, I felt bad for a little bit buying at 8.3 here this morning because it went down to 8.2. But look at that. Now up over 8.4. I wasn't worried about it, actually. The date of my birthday is the 24th, which is Saturday. But we're going out for dinner, having a great time. I'm not thinking crypto on Saturday. It's my birthday. But Friday night, we'll be celebrating. I like George. He's pretty cool. He's big into Bitcoin, and he's so positive. Sometimes he's too positive, I think, particularly when there are pullbacks. Like through the bear market, he was just saying stuff that was just unreal with his positivity. And it was a bear market, George. Things were going down. And then he does all this leverage trading. And every once in a while, he says, don't do what I do, but then he does it. And you get all these other people starting to follow him doing this leverage trading, which you can get wrecked on. So I don't like that he does that. He should do that on his own, have fun with it all he wants, but I don't think he should be broadcasting that on his live streams. I don't think that's smart, particularly when you look at these liquidations that happen. And it's like, and he every once in a while he does, when there's a big pullback, he says, yeah, I lost on some of that leverage stuff, but he never says how much. He shows his wins and when he's ahead, but he doesn't show his losses. Oh, I know. On his leverage trading, he doesn't even, the charting, he doesn't even look at it. He just goes on a whim. I mean, but he's just making so much money. I mean, he gets 5,000 people a stream now because we're in the bull market again. So his Google AdSense checks alone that he gets on a monthly basis or direct deposits, that's so much money. I mean, he's already paid for his new house. Now he's got all this extra money. So why not, right? For him, it's fun. He gets bored not doing it. So no, he's trading thousands of dollars. You can see it when he shows it. He's doing $1,000 trades. Some it's $100, but every once in a while I see $1,000 one at like 10x, 20x leverage. It's like, I wouldn't be showing that. And for you guys, I don't do any leverage trading. I don't do any shorting. I buy and hold. I accumulate, buy and hold. So yeah, your birthday's on Easter this year. Woohoo! Cool. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate on Easter, whenever it is this year. Emil asks, could I make a website of a list of the websites you use to see different statistics? There's really only 3. I do TradingView. This is TradingView for all my charting. I don't buy any extra things in TradingView. You're limited to like 3 indicators. They've got a whole bunch of other indicators here that you can do, but I don't. Every once in a while, I'll pull an extra one up and I'll get rid of it one in its place. So you can do all of this yourself. It's all free. So this is one chart. The other is crypto market cap or coin market cap. Every once in a while I use CoinGecko for something that's different than coin market cap, but I stick with coin market cap as my main resource. And CoinMarketCap is really great if you want to research new cryptos that you don't know anything about, like Starknet. And here it comes right there. You can look at Starknet and you're like, what's this about? What is it, $1.91 after the big sell-off? It's like, but you can research this and you can say, look, Starknet will have a total supply of 10 billion tokens. But do you know how many tokens are circulating right now? Only 728 million. That's only 7.2% of the total supply is out. Are you buying Starknet? I'm not. I'm not touching this thing. Plus, they just had all these huge airdrops, and that's what all this selling has been. It's like, this is a terrible chart. This is typical what you see of these kind of launches where there's a bunch of airdrops. And so I go to CoinMarketCap and I look at what's the total supply of coins, what's the max supply, what's circulating. And here you see right there, only 7% of the tokens are in circulation. This is the problem Arbitrum has, because Arbitrum is about to unlock half of its tokens, half of its circulating supply. I'm sorry, equal to its circulating supply. It's going to double the number of tokens in supply next month. So I look at CoinMarketCap, and then the other fun ones I look at is CoinGlass. I look at CoinGlass and I just for the liquidations, and I do that here on stream just to warn you guys not to do leverage trading because you get wrecked. The liquidations always show here. So you can see what's getting liquidated at any time. Let me just refresh and we'll see what the latest is, who's getting liquidated. That's if you're interested in shorting or leverage trading. Looks like XAI, Pixel. People are betting on Pixel and they're getting liquidated on Pixel. That's happening right now. So you can see this at any time. And you can come down here on this CoinGlass and you can say 1 hour, and you can go to like Dogecoin. You can just see what's happening with Dogecoin. Not a lot of liquidations going on. There's some. Looks like a couple hours ago on the long side, about 163K in Dogecoin was liquidated. And they tell you what the exchanges are here, which ones, like Binance, OKX, Bybit, Wholeboy, CoinX. So I do that. And then the other website I use is, can't think of the other one. I don't refer to it too much. That's it. That's all I use. And I read on X Twitter. I follow a bunch of crypto people. I get a lot of info on charts from others that every once in a while I'll repost. Haven't done that in a while. Most of this is all my stuff. But every once in a while I'll repost some charts that other people use, or I'll use them in streams on X Twitter. That's it. Yeah, and George also with the memes. And he only talks about like the ones he owns. I mean, I'm guilty of that sometimes too. But I also, yes, CoinGlass. Thank you, Julian. CoinGlass. Well, that's CoinGlass is this one that does the liquidations. That's what this one is. This is on CoinGlass. If you go back just to coinglass.com, there's some decent data here, but I don't really use this. I don't really use this that much on CoinGlass. There's another website. I just can't think of the name of it off the top of my head that I use. Nobody is talking about crypto still. Nobody that isn't in this that isn't in this sphere. Nobody's talking about crypto still out there. I just don't hear it. So yeah, we're still early. We're still early. Bum, bum, bum. Will Jasmy hit 2.5 cents tonight? Gene asks. I don't know. It's still going up. It's still following this short-term trend line here. I'll extend that out. According to this, when would it hit 2.5 cents? If it follows the same trend line. Not till tomorrow. If it follows the same trend, it wouldn't hit 2.5 cents till tomorrow night or the next day, if it follows this line. So I don't know, but could we see a big uptick like this? Maybe. That could happen. I mean, Jasmy could just, tomorrow morning, could just do the same thing it did this morning and do another one of these big rockets. We don't know, but it's still going up. It is not retracing, guys. It's still going up. You bought into StarkNet? Good luck. Yeah, Gorilla says Jasmy's still pumping. Look at this. This is still going up, guys. Still going up. That's a beautiful chart. That's a beautiful chart right there. Thank you, Blue Horse. Appreciate it. You were going to buy a couple days ago. Look for a retrace. That's all I can say at this point is look for a retrace. We've had a couple today. We had the big one this morning, came down to 1.33 cents. Had a second one about 1.4, and then the last one was about 1.5. So, yeah, if you want to be on the Jasmy train, will there be a bigger reset? There could be. We could see a big reach. I don't know. Just, again, like I said earlier, the way this thing is trading, it's not going back down yet. And again, we go to the daily chart, and it's like still going up 3 days in a row. And each day it's a bigger green candle. Look at that. 3 days in a row up. And you can actually say 4 days because on Sunday was a green. Small, little, bigger, bigger, and even bigger today. 4 days in a row, 4 green candles, and each one bigger. That's pretty impressive. That's why I'm not selling. Right there. Yeah, and I think tomorrow is going to be a green day overall in crypto. I think we're going to see Bitcoin turn around and go back up over 53K. I think that's going to happen. Look at Bitcoin right now, moving right back up. I wonder if in the next 40 minutes, Bitcoin can actually get back up to 52K. It's looking like it wants to. That's pretty good. ALI, artificial, what does it say? Artificial liquid intelligence? Never heard of it. ALI. Number 286. It's up 17% today at 4.8 cents. Circulating supply is 3.5 billion out of a total 10 billion. So about a third in supply. How long has this thing been out? about a year. No, 2 years. Came out in 2022, 2 years ago. It had two big pumps, one in April of 2022, and it pumped all the way up to 14 cents. And then it retraced for the rest of the year, then pumped again in January of 2023 up to 8 cents. And now we're in the third pump happening right now. It's built on Ethereum. You can't buy it on Binance or Coinbase. So it looks like an ERC20 token is my guess. And I don't know what it does. Artificial liquid intelligence. AIprotocol.info. Property rights backbone of the generative AI economy. I don't know. Again, it doesn't say what the token actually does. Create, own, and transfer interoperable AI models. Tokenized AI agents, AI assets. Deploy dApps utilizing AI protocol. Tokenize AI. I mean, what does the token do? It's the utility token, ALI. ALI utility token serves to regulate and coordinate participants of the AI protocol. Okay, it doesn't do much. I'm not interested. Sorry. Can you make money on this? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it does another little pump and you double your money and then you get out again. That's been its history. That's all I'll say. Doge looking good. Nice move all during the live stream. Yeah, right. Eric says up and to the right. Exactly. We like that. We like that. Doge for the win. Let's go. All right, gang. Hey, it's been fun talking Jasmy and Dogecoin. Is Jasmy going to keep moving up? We'll be checking on it again on Friday during my next live stream, which will be my birthday celebration live stream. But I'll also probably do a video tomorrow as well. So, but this is looking really strong trading for Jasmy. We see Bitcoin turning around and coming up, and we see Doge as well, trying to get back up over 8.5 cents. That would be awesome, and I would love for this to have been the last dip below 8.5, and we just go up from here. We'll be checking all of that. I hope you all are doing well and enjoyed the extended Kriss Pax live stream tonight. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.